What's poppin', everybody? It's a Sable Finder 4, and what you're looking at is the updated Destiny Hero Fusion deck with a heavy emphasis on Dreadmaster. I would say if you compare it with the previous deck profile that I've made, the first deck profile of this channel from Master Duel, it's changed quite a bit. We have the addition of Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer, of course, but I changed a bunch of different cards over the months, you could say. Okay, so the main changes. We dropped a few of the Blade Masters. It's a nice little hand trap card in the battle phase, but I mean, there's just better cards, more effective cards to run right now. We need space for different cards, so I do have one still. You never know when it can come up, and at the end of the day, is a D-Hero monster, D-Hero target, something that I can just summon in the worst case scenario and go to Cross Crusader. But I just have one, and we put in the new Destiny Hero Denier, because it's a free +1 basically, this card. As long as you have a D hero in the graveyard or your field, you can special summon it from the graveyard. It's once per duel effect, but it's a free plus. And it's nice in our case because we need D heroes that just sort of give us card advantage back or pay up their card advantage if I fusion summon with Polymerization, which I'm going to talk about later. So we put in the Denier, and I've also taken out the Warrior Returning Alive. We have better cards we can run right now. And I've added in a Destiny Hero Plasma too, now that I've acquired it. So Destiny Hero Plasma is in here as another big D-Hero monster, so we can have extra targets for going into the Fusion Destroyer, the Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer. Damn. And yeah, as opposed to other cards like Mali. I'm not running Malicious at all, and you guys are gonna say, why are you not running Malicious? The card is semi-limited, and if you draw both of them, it's dead. And I don't want to run cards like Plague in this deck. Denier is supposed to just let you stack the Malicious, I guess, and it just lets you. It helps with Malicious getting stuck in your hand, but it doesn't really offer that much utility. It just bends two cards. I would rather just have like a Plasma in and gain an additional space for a different tech. I've added in Infinite Impertinence. I didn't have this card before, but now we have it. Standard back row like the double Call of the Hornet and the double D Tactics, those cards are still in there. I definitely recommend the two Call of the Hornet because it just wins you games. The combo with the Dreadmaster and the Destiny Hero Fusions, Dominance is still going to play a big role in this deck. Obviously, the Fusion Destiny got semi-limited a while back, and I was vocal that you just put the second allure in this deck, depending on how many Allure of Darkness you run. Just more speed cards so that we can see it. And I've added in a Polymerization too. Now, Polymerization, it's basically, if I have Fusion Destiny and Polymerization, I can go to a double Destiny Hero Fusion basically. And it's just going to put a lot of pressure if you can get out the Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer, and Dominance on the same turn. Now, Polymerization isn't really any sort of fancy fusion card. It's just going to fuse the dude, and we just want to use materials that would give us some sort of advantage back. As I mentioned at the beginning, things like Denier, things like the Celestial, of course, Destiny Hero Draw Hand. These cards, when they go to the graveyard, they give you some sort of extra benefit. So that's basically the point. Even Dynamite Guy, Dynatag, we can just banish him and he's going to give 1,000 on a D hero. But I've got the two here as my hand trap, extra defense basically. But I'm keeping in the Dasher. It's another level 6 big guy. The standby phase effect can't be good still. We need to have a bunch of extra targets because I want to make sure that I can do Fusion Destiny and I can always like do Polymerization and go to the big Destroy Phoenix Enforcer. Okay. Other cards are still in, the standard staples, the D draws. I mean, triple Drill Dark, and I've got the one Decision Guy. I always love this card, just a great card. Still the one E-Hero Stratos, nice normal summon. Give you the +1. always a handy summon for sure. I don't want to do more than that. And that's basically the deck that I showed you guys in the matches. The extra deck, it's slightly changed as well. Obviously, we have the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, just one, but it should get the job done. I mean, just 4 Destiny Hero Fusions, you guys might think I'm crazy, but it does get the job done. And I mean, we need to have a bunch of rank 4s too. Like I grabbed the Excalibur finally. I've been meaning to get that card. It's a nice rank 4. That's just a 4K beater for basically your turn and then in your opponent's turn. So it's great sometimes when you can't really target or pop a threat. You know, with 101, you can just go to Excalibur. I've got the Evil Swamp Dude that puts dudes in defense since it needs 2 level 4 darks. Makes sense, we can get him out. Abyss Dweller, 101 of course, the standard cards, Heartland Draco. And I used to do double Cross Crusader, I'm quite sure. But now we do double Decimator as well. Instead of just running another random, I guess, extra deck card, you never know. You might just go to the second one because sometimes you can just go to Cross Crusader, go to Decimator instantly, and then maybe later on you're going to need another Decimator. So I decided to just put 2 in. You never know. But, I mean, if I did have more of the fusion Destiny heroes, like a second Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, we probably would be running that as opposed to another Decimator. And I think that's about it in the deck. I mean, a few key changes. I mentioned why I don't want to run Destiny Hero Malicious. You know, it's at 2. It's not as reliable. It's going to take up extra space. And it's not like I do any teledat shit or just I'm trying to do crazy combos with that guy's free summon. We just need, I mean, the most important thing if you're going to run that card is basically because it's a level 6, so he's a target for a material for Destroy Phoenix. But as I mentioned, I'd rather have Plasma, which on the occasion we do summon him and we can't summon him. It's basically a win condition. Negate all of your opponent's effects, steal something. You know, it's a great card for a reason. If you want to run some different back row, I guess if you want to drop the Solemn Judgment for a Solemn Strike, I actually have that card now too, so I could swap it, but I mean, Solemn Judgment is just going to give us that extra protection, especially because I dropped cards like Magic Drain, you know, for Infinite Impertinence, and I'm keeping, you know, the double D-Tactics and the double Call of the Haunted. D-Tactics is an even better card right now with the Destroy Phoenix Enforcer because in our deck, I mean, it's just abuse all damn day. You know, you pop the Destroy Phoenix, you gain effects, you gain the pop-in, and then he revives. D-Tactic is going to resolve a free banish. No target. It's just too damn broken. I mean, if you can get it off. So those cards are definitely sticking around. I'm not swapping them. The double Dreadmaster as well. I didn't drop a single copy. You want to have the second one as backup, just in case you draw the first one or one gets banished. You just never know. Just having the 2 is the right amount. 3 is overkill, but 2 is the right amount. And everything else, I think it should be the same. A few key changes, but a lot of the main cards are still in here. Anything else, I guess, for the extra deck? I can't really think of anything else. If you have extra Destiny Hero Fusion monsters, maybe you want to run like a second Dominance, a second Phoenix Enforcer, and take out something like a Black Ship of Corn maybe, or the Decimator Link Hero. Depends on what you prefer. But this is the deck, guys. I've already posted matches, and I hope you guys watch that video too. And I'm going to post more in the future. Of course, I still got to focus on Pokemon and still got to do other Yu-Gi-Oh decks too for Master Duel. I try and do at least a monthly match video for like D heroes. So stay tuned, I guess, for August next. So that's the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. What